I am on a mission to live my healthy and wealthy best life. In 2024, I set some pretty big financial goals that I am really excited about. And so to help me in my journey to achieving these goals, I set myself a challenge of doing 6 no-spend weeks in 2024. So come along, join me for this week of spending as little money as possible in this no-spend week challenge. You got your ice? You happy? Oh, that's nice. I drank that matcha so quickly. I made it for my afternoon slump and it really picked me right back up. Welcome back to my channel, everyone. Welcome to our third ever no spend week challenge. We are going to be spending the entire week together and doing our best not to spend any money. Pretty self-explanatory. You guys see our little friend right here. This is my second no spend challenge of 2024 and my third one that I've ever tried. Now, if you guys are new to my channel, first of all, hello, my name is Zoe. I love making videos about personal finance and lifestyle and mental wellness and just like the intersection of all of these things. When I first started out on my personal finance journey, it was really overwhelming, and there was like no spend week and this and that and like all these challenges and be super frugal, and it was really overwhelming. What I tend to do when I'm overwhelmed is I pull away. And I don't think that these are necessary. I don't think that if you want to be good with your money, you have to do these challenges. I just think they're fun. The same way that you might try to eat super healthy for a week, or not go on social media for a week, or do something good for you for a week. In this case, it's good for our budget. That is what we are trying. And we're only doing it for a week because I find that a month is just too long. I actually tried a month like 3-4 years ago now. And what ended up happening was I was so restricted in that 1 month that I ended up splurging afterwards. So I find the week can just be really nicely integrated into our life. You do the best you can. And at least for me, I like to make up kind of my own rules to make sure that it's something that can actually fit into my life. Like I said, when these things are too strict or too restrictive, they simply don't work. Just like a diet, right? Like a way of eating. If it's too strict, you end up at McDonald's. So I'm gonna be vlogging the entire week starting today, which is Monday, taking you guys through what I eat, what I do, and what I hopefully do not spend. I had a bit of an emotional day today, and I found myself really wanting to just go get a coffee. And I definitely think that for me, there are a lot of emotional and just kind of like mental ties tied with spending. Whether I'm feeling down or whether I'm feeling really great, I like to use buying myself things and spending money as a way of rewarding myself or making myself feel better. I'm not saying that's a bad thing, it's just something to be aware of. So this morning when I had that thought, I hadn't started filming yet, but I was like, no. Monday, as soon as I woke up today on Monday, I knew that the challenge had officially started. So make sure you're clear on what your parameters are. When is the last purchase that you're gonna make? For me, it was yesterday. Now, speaking of purchases, there are a few green lights. So you guys are gonna see throughout the video, we're gonna have a cha-ching, which is green, which means it was a safe, challenge accepted purchase. And we're gonna have a which means, well, hopefully we're not gonna have any but the means no, it means kind of a fail. The only things that I'm allowed to spend this week are groceries. Anything for Maggie, like if she needs food, I'm allowed 1 session with the dog sitter. I've actually already booked it for Thursday, and I do not have any pre-booked appointments. So I don't have, a massage or, in the last video, I was going to the physiotherapist. I don't have any of that. So, and I don't want to have any of that. I really want to spend very little money this week. My gas tank is half full, so I think the only money I should be spending this week is on groceries, which is perfect. Now, the other thing about me and about my channel and about these videos is I'm not just filming this to film it. I'm filming this because this is my real life and I am genuinely embarking on this challenge. So I'm doing it at a time where I feel I really need it. I've been quite spend heavy and I've been in a very spendy, treat yourself mood recently. Not going over the top, but just I've built up a little bit of a habit of spending and I'm ready to break that habit. As you guys know, I also follow a cash budget. And yesterday on Sunday, I sat down, looked over my budget, looked at what I have left, and put everything into the budget tracker, and I'm tight. I'm tight until the end of the month. So this comes right at the perfect time. Today is Monday, March 18th. So there's not much time left in the month. And I think that doing this challenge will just keep me on track. For example, today I had the urge, like I said, to go out and get a coffee. I've only got $5 left in my coffee envelope, so it wouldn't have even been enough. Last thing I want to talk about before we get into this vlog is the previous times that I've made this video, some people were like not happy with the fact that I'm going and buying groceries. And I do understand that for perhaps in many cases, for many people, when they do a no spend challenge, they don't even want to buy groceries. They want to use up what's left in their fridge. They want to meal prep and maybe freeze some stuff. And while I do want to use up what's in my fridge, I am not a meal prep girl. I am not a meal plan girl. Like, I'm just not. I live with my boyfriend. He's not that guy either. Like, we go to the grocery store every day or every other day. We're like, what are we having for dinner? We double the portions, we make it for lunch, and then we're back at the grocery store the next day. That's just how we are. One of the reasons that we are like this, at least that I am like this, is in the times where I do say, okay, I'm gonna go to the grocery store, and I go to a bigger grocery store and I stock up for the week, I end up buying so much stuff that goes to waste. I buy snacks when I'm not really a snacky person. I'll buy like crackers and cheese and crackers and then I don't eat them, or I'll buy too much fresh fruit and then it goes to waste. Too many veggies and then they go to waste. When you're just two people or one person living together, it is so easy to waste food. So I find buying as little as possible and then buying it more frequently, you actually end up spending less and you end up wasting less. So while I know it can be annoying to, come to the grocery store with me on this challenge, in the end, I know that I'm spending less money than if I went and stocked up and did everything. It's just how I am. If you guys are doing this challenge along with me, or if this video inspires you to, do a no spend challenge, I highly encourage you to make it your own. You don't have to do exactly what I do. If you love to cook and you love to meal prep, do that. That's amazing. You need to make this work for you. And that is true of any challenge that you're doing, be it social media, be it a nutrition challenge, like anything like that. You need to make it work for you and not just copy what other people do. Because if you're just copying other people, I truly believe you're setting yourself up for failure. So those are the rules that I've incorporated. I also want to say, prior to this week, I went and got my nails done. Like, I got everything out of my system, so we are ready to go. Like I said, today was Monday. It was just a work from home day. I did go for a walk. I did not get a coffee. We made the matcha at home, so today we are all good. Now, we are gonna go to the grocery store. So for those of you who don't like coming to the grocery store, you know what? I encourage you to find another no spend challenge. Maybe one day I'll try doing all of that. But truthfully, I know myself, and I know that if I had to meal prep and do everything for this video, this video would not exist. I would just never do it. So I have my recipe planned out. It's a really, really affordable and simple recipe. I will share it with you guys when it's time to make dinner. I'm gonna get back to work and I'll see you at the grocery store. I just can't wait to spend the week with you guys. Let's get into it. Okay, I am so hungry, ready for dinner. I went to 2 grocery stores. I went to this is the discount grocery store. And then first I went to, I can't lift it, it's too heavy, the organic store. Whenever I have the time, it's actually so much cheaper to buy certain things from the organic store, certain things from the regular grocery store. If I have the patience, the discount store, the discount grocery. Discount grocery is sometimes it's not even worth it because you end up waiting in line for so long, and sometimes the produce and stuff isn't as good. But for what I needed today, it was perfect. You would think that going to the organic store, you'd end up spending more money, but I think this chain in particular, because it's a local Montreal family-owned chain, the prices are really, really reasonable. And these healthy organic things at the regular grocery store just end up costing way more money. So I actually save money by going there. From the healthy grocery store, I got 12 eggs for $6. I got pomegranate juice, which is for our breakfast smoothies, a big bag of chia seeds for $9, where this at the regular grocery store, a bag half the size, even less than half the size, is $8. So big win there. Same thing with the quinoa. I got a huge bag of quinoa for $6. I got a can of coconut milk for dinner tonight for $3, and then some cacao nibs for $3.50 each. I got 2. So some of these ingredients are gonna last like 2 weeks, maybe even longer. Some of them are gonna last a week, and some of them are for dinner tonight. That totaled up to $38.57. This is kind of, you know, not glamorous, but I did have to run into the pharmacy. I got 2 packs of these. These are like flushable wipes. The total with tax came to $9 for 2. And then from the discount grocery store, I got 2 lemons for $1, which is really great. I got 2 bundles of asparagus, each for $1. A cucumber for $2, which I feel like that's like the same price pretty much everywhere. And then mini cucumbers. I didn't mean to buy both, honestly, but I got to the lineup. There was such a long lineup, and then I didn't want to put back one. Like, I just panicked, so I bought both. The mini cucumbers were $1.88. And then here's where things were a little bit more expensive. I eat a vegan yogurt, which was, no. The vegan yogurt was $6.49. That will last me probably a few days to the end of the week. And then I bought JS's yogurt for, this was like a big kilogram. This should last him like 2 weeks, I don't know, for $9. So in total at the discount store, $22.04. So altogether on groceries, I spent about $70 today. This probably won't be my only grocery run of the week. There's probably maybe like 1 or 2 more max. But this was a pretty good little stock up. Food is so expensive, and like keeping yourself fed, keeping on top of making dinners, like it's not easy. It's definitely something that kind of not like stresses me out, but it's like, oh my God, we have to decide what we're having for dinner. Anyways, while it's just us in the car, and since I talked about getting JS's yogurt, I always, every single video I post, every no spend, every what I spend in a month, I always get questions about how my boyfriend and I split up the groceries. People are like, why are you paying for your boyfriend's groceries? I pay for his groceries sometimes. I pay for our groceries sometimes because we live together. We are not the type of couple that keeps a spreadsheet. I mean, I track all of my purchases, but I don't track, you know, your yogurt costs this much, and so you owe me this. And then he's like, your yogurt costs that, so you owe me that. Sometimes I buy the groceries, sometimes he buys the groceries. I'm gonna be honest, he does buy them a little bit more frequently than me, which I think is fair because he's a big guy, he eats a lot. When we look at our total grocery spend for the month, his is much higher than mine, and he definitely, you know, buys my groceries, but I don't even see it as like mine, his. I just see everything as like for the house. If tracking everything and splitting everything 50-50, or splitting everything yours and mine is what works for your couple, then that's amazing. If having one person buy all the groceries is what works for your couple, then that's amazing. This is just what works for us. I personally find that if I start tracking everything, I can grow resentful, and I don't want that. I just want peace and love in my home and in my relationship. So that's the way we do it, and it's kind of just fair for both of us. Nobody has any complaints, so that's that. All right, let's go home and make dinner because I am hungry. Good morning, guys. I'm on my way to a spin class, and because I work at the gym, my membership is free, which is amazing. So the spin class cost me $0. Good morning, guys. Happy Tuesday. I'm just getting ready for the day. Today should be a pretty easy no spend. I'm really aiming for a big 0 spend today. We have all the groceries we need. We're all good for the daytime in terms of food and snacks and tea and caffeine. The only thing is gonna be dinner tonight, but I think it's gonna be JS's turn to figure it out. The past couple days were feeling like spring, and now there is snow and ice on the floor. I'm so discouraged. Anyway, it's just gonna be a classic work from home day. Keep you guys posted if anything comes up. Okay, these eggs are like spookily perfect. It's not my cutest outfit ever today, but I'm feeling so cold looking outside at the snow. Plus, when I got back from the spin class, I took Maggie for like a pretty long walk and I was really underdressed. And I've just got like the chills. So I wanted to dress super cozy today, especially before I put away like all of my winter stuff. I'm not happy about the weather, but I do love like a cozy work from home day. I love it. A whole day has gone by. I look a lot better than I did this morning, don't I? Something so funny about filming myself and editing myself. I don't get too hung up on like pre-makeup Zoe, post-makeup Zoe. As you guys can probably tell from my videos, I have no problem showing my face without makeup. It is what it is. Filming myself first thing in the morning where like my puffiness and my bags are like on fleek. But yeah, I did film some videos today, so I put on like what for me is like a full face of makeup, and just looking at myself in the viewfinder compared to how I looked this morning, I'm like, okay. Both are beautiful, right? Anyway, we're back at the grocery store, back in the car. I'm just waiting for JS. He took the metro here on his way home from work, and he's inside getting the groceries. We picked this recipe for dinner. I'll show you. Pasta bake. There's like broccoli and cheddar, very, very comfort food. This is from the Jamie Oliver cookbook called One. It is such a good cookbook. Everything is made in one pan or one oven dish. Like there's only one thing you need to wash at the end of cooking. They're always really, really simple and easy meals that have also minimal ingredients, which makes it really affordable. So if you guys are looking for a cookbook to help you cook more on a budget, I would recommend that one. I just thought I would open the camera and chat because it's 6 o'clock pretty much. It's 10 to 6 and I can't freaking believe it. I feel like I'm not fully adjusted to the daylight savings time change. Like I'm still on old time. When I got in the car to drive over here, I genuinely thought it was 5 o'clock, like almost 5. And then I looked at the clock on my car and it was almost 6. And I'm just like, how? It's definitely nice that it's lighter out longer. Like I'm not complaining about that. It's just pretty much, I guess what I'm saying is the days pass by in such a blur. I made it out for like a 40-minute walk with Maggie this afternoon. But like up until then, I don't understand. Like the days just go by so fast. And I feel like all I do is sit at my desk. And I know that's just like reality for like a lot of us. But I'm just like, oh my gosh, like, I don't know. I guess I'm getting a bit existential, but like I feel like I see life passing me by of just me being inside all the time. And, you know, it was pretty cold today. I did go to a spin class. Like it's all good. But it's scary how fast time is passing. In general, I think like in general, that is a thought that I've had so much as I've gotten older, but also just within a single day. It's crazy how fast time goes. So we're going to have this comfort dinner tonight. I also wanted to watch a movie. We're not really big movie people. We don't really go to the movie theater or anything like that. But for some reason this morning, I was listening to a podcast. They were talking about the Oscars. And I was like, oh, it's Tuesday. It's like movie Tuesday. We should watch a movie. I was thinking that we might watch Poor Things because, you know, everyone's raving about it. But then I watched the trailer and I was like, I don't know if this is my type of movie. It said that it was from like either the director or the producer who did The Lobster, which is like, if you've seen that movie, I'm like, I can't watch a lobster-like movie on a Tuesday. So maybe we're going to like watch a rom-com, something like that. The last thing we're going to check out together while I have you guys is JS sent me an email. It seems that he made a song for me on AI, like using AI. So let's give it a listen. He didn't, oh no. Okay.
Sweet tea, my girl by my side, just my dog and me. Guitar strumming, birds singing in the trees. I'm counting my blessings, I'm as happy as can be. Living a good life, full house, sweet it is. Just simple moments bringing me pure bliss. With my baby and my faithful friend, every day's a dream, I hope it never ends.
Okay, that slapped. He definitely wrote into the thing, like, write a country song about living life with my girlfriend and my dog, but I'm not gonna lie, it slaps. If he actually wrote this, I would be moved to tears, but AI wrote it, so it doesn't count. I went to a friend's wedding in September, and it was so funny. The groom, when he was saying his vows, he was like, I promise I did not use AI to write these. And I'm like, yeah, how many dudes especially are going to be out here having AI like write their love poems and their Valentine's cards and their wedding vows for them? How many? But hey, AI is free, so it fits into your no spend week. Okay, I'm in a silly mood.
Drinking sweet tea, my girl by my side, just my dog and me. Guitar strumming, birds singing.
You like it?
I'm counting my blessings, I'm as happy
Take
as
it
can
away.
be. Living a good life, full house, sweet it is.
I wrote it.
Yeah, you wrote it. Good job. Gene and Waylon.
Gene and Waylon?
With my baby and my faithful friend, every day's a dream.
Look, it's really good.
Show the vlog your mustache. Show them, this is the no spend vlog. Yeah, her breath is really stinky. How much did you spend at the grocery store?
45.
Okay.
What?
Oh, good.
Oh.
Okay, that's enough.
I've been told that.
I'm not exactly proud of this, but I'm going through a real Gilmore Girls addiction right now. Kid girl, come here. I watch it when I eat breakfast. I watch it when I make and eat lunch. I think I'm just tired and like really in the mood for TV lately. Anyway, I'm just heating up some leftovers for lunch. I'm feeling really bored today. They've been doing construction in the hallway for so long, and it's like many weeks. I'm over it. I'm feeling kind of bored today. I have a ton of work and I don't feel like doing it. I literally just want to sit on the couch and read and watch TV. It's just one of those days. So I told myself to take a break, take a good break, like watch some TV on my lunch break and then get back into it. Once again, I am craving going out for a coffee or for a matcha just to I'm already craving it for my afternoon caffeine boost. I'm really going through a caffeine addiction right now too. Anyways, my stepmom lives really, really close and she's printing something out for me and she always makes the best Nespresso. My phone's ringing. She always makes the best Nespresso lattes and stuff. So I think I'm gonna go see her later for my caffeine fix and then it'll feel like I'm maybe going out to a coffee shop. Hello.
Hi, Sol.
Hi. I'm good, how are you? This is my melted decaf cappuccino that is going to get me through the afternoon. And it was free. Maggie. You're going to the club today, you're going to the club. You're going to the club today, you're going to the club. That's the thing, she doesn't know. If we had an exciting day planned,
Oh yeah, we'd be pumped.
we'd be pumped, but she doesn't know.
She doesn't know.
It's also cold. I wonder if that changes anything.
To her.
Yeah, or to the employees. You're going to the club today, you're going to the club.
It's here.
I know, I haven't seen it. You're going to the club today, you're going to the club.
I have a feeling you probably put it there.
Club, 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 club.
Because I could not remember it. I would have put it there.
Maybe. Guys, just look at this. This is how I come into my house today. I'm like in my mom era. Happy Thursday, everyone. I feel like this entire video has just been me like being silly and laughing, which maybe isn't always a side of me that you see in my vlogs. I've just been in a really silly mood lately. So I hope you're enjoying that. I'm just gonna put this away. Today is Thursday and we have entered what I would call the danger zone, okay? Let me explain this coffee and you guys can tell me whether or not you think it's like a cheat. First of all, today is the day that I had Maggie pre-booked at doggy daycare. So that was $40 that, like we talked about at the beginning of the video, is, you know, cleared, good to go. It's kind of a long story, but I'm gonna try and summarize it really quickly. I ordered an office chair for back when I had an office. It was shipped to my office. I ordered it from Wayfair, and then when I decided not to keep my office, I hadn't even taken the chair out of its package. So I was able to kind of negotiate with Wayfair to be able to send the chair back and get a refund. The chair came, it was really heavy and it came in this like giant box, never took it out of the box like I said. So finally I was able to get the like permission from Wayfair to return it, printed out the slip, and they arranged a pickup today. The problem is, you guys, and I didn't think of this because I just wasn't thinking, they put the pickup address as the delivery address, which was my office. So this morning I was like scrambling to get that thing in my car and get it over to the office. So I needed JS's help because it was really heavy. Plus I had like the dog and stuff. So I was like, okay, help me out with this and I'm gonna drive you to work, because going to the office was like way out of the way for him getting on the metro and stuff. So I was like, it's fine. We'll drop off the dog and then I'll drive you to work. And in exchange for me driving him to work, he bought me this coffee from Myriad, which was next to where we brought the dog. It was honestly such a sweet morning, just like driving to work together, dropping off the dog, having a coffee. Like I really loved it. It really made me happy. So because we don't split finances and because he's his own person, we're not like, I can't force him to do a no spend challenge. So I don't know if this counts as a fail or not. And I actually have no idea how much it cost. So you guys let me know. The reason I said that we're now entering the danger zone is because like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, these are typically the days where more things can happen that tempt you to spend money. And like we talked about, spending money isn't bad, it's not evil, but we just need to keep our wits about us. Because today's the day that I bring Maggie to doggy daycare, this is typically my day where I have the day to myself. I've been trying to go out, go to a workout class, go work from a coffee shop, try something new. So I kind of had to change my plans today to fit into the no spend, but I'm really glad I'm doing this because it's kind of pushing me out of my comfort zone and pushing me to do something that I've been meaning to do for a long time. So my plan for today is to work from home for the morning. I'm going to a workout class. This just lined up perfectly, but my friend Camilla had a like buddy pass to bring to her boxing gym. She's been wanting me to try it for a while, and then they gave her like a bring a friend for free kind of credit. So I'm going to try a boxing class for free at lunch. After that is when I had planned to go to a cafe, get my favorite yogurt bowl because it's like near the boxing gym. And then I had to be like, no, Zoe, change your plans. So instead, what I'm gonna do is go to a public library where it's free. I'm gonna bring my lunch and I'm gonna bring like a tea. I'm gonna just kind of pack everything and prepare. That way I can go work from somewhere cute without spending any money in the afternoon. So of course I'm gonna take you guys along for that. I'm really excited because, and I'll tell you about it later. I'm just like in such a chatty mood because the caffeine's got me going. I'm gonna channel this energy and go blast out some copywriting, some video editing. I'll see you guys in a bit. Today is my lucky day, you guys. I just pulled up to, well, I'm like a block away, but it's really, really hard to find parking here. And I was like, oh, I'm gonna have to park on the street and then walk, well, on the main street basically where you have to pay for parking. And I circled the block a few times. I found this parking spot and I was like, oh my gosh, am I gonna fit? And I just executed this sick parallel parking job there was a guy waiting behind me, and I'm like, I always just take my time, even if there's someone behind me, because when you're in a rush, that's when you get into like a little bump or whatever. The guy rolls down his window and I'm like, don't you freaking dare. And then he just starts guiding me, like helping me out with my parking. But it was just nice. It was just super nice. So I fit in the spot. I'm like 2 steps away from the boxing gym. I did forget my vlog camera, so that's like mildly unlucky. It's cold, but it's a blue sky day, so we're good to go. I'm kind of nervous for this class. It's been a long time since I've done a boxing class, but I think it's going to be fun. And at least I'm with my friend, even if like I suck. So let's go check it out. Instead of going to a cafe today, I decided to go to the public library, and I went to check out the Library of Point St. Charles. This is an old firehouse, and I had passed in front of this library a few times thinking that it was so cute, but I never had the chance to go inside. So I brought my laptop and headed upstairs to go grab a seat. It was honestly so nice working from the library and just reminded me of when I was younger and when I would study from the library and just hang out in the library. So I sat here and got some work done, and of course I had to bring some books back with me. I'm about to say the weirdest thing, but I recently bought a like value pack of Earl Grey tea. Did I buy it? I might have even bought it in this video, like back on Monday. Anyway, it's like a value pack of like store brand, like non-fancy, like really, really bare bones Earl Grey. And I love it so much because it reminds me of like hotel tea or diner tea. It just has that, I don't know, there's something about the taste and I really, really love it. So I just made a cup of that. It's almost, I can't see the clock. It's almost 11 a.m. Happy Friday, everyone. I am feeling a little bit rough today. I just wanted to sit down and give you guys like a little pre-weekend update, let you guys know about yesterday. Yesterday was like the perfect day, like perfect no spend challenge, successful day. The boxing class was great and the library was great too. When I got to the library, I panicked for a second because it was actually really hard to find a space to sit. It's a small library and there wasn't a lot of tables, but then luckily this little like desk in the corner that reminded me of the desks at my university library. Like they had kind of like the blinders. One of those was available, so I grabbed it and I sat there for a few hours. I also brought home a couple books. I don't know if I'm gonna have time to read them, but I can't be in a library and like not take something home, you know? It's like a free book. So yesterday was perfect. Today I woke up pretty early, but not out of the ordinary early, but I'm feeling so tired. I feel like I've been up forever. And the thing with Fridays for me is that they're a little bit rough because this is like a me problem, but I teach bar at 4:45 and at 6 p.m. over in Rockland, which is like pretty far from my place. I like to leave early. I like to take my sweet ass time building my playlist, preparing the class. Oh, Jean, how was it?
It was great.
Yeah? I thought you'd have taken a lot longer.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I'm just talking to my vlog right now. Oh, you just sent me a photo. Oh, it looks so good. Oh, I can't wait. Guys, our Vespa is here. Jean just wrote it back. Oh my God.
Jeff to go get some gurus and...
Oh, hold on. No. Oh my God, you holding the gurus too?
Was it good?
Yeah, like, especially with the mustache. So much is going on and this smells really bad. So like I was saying, my afternoons are really, really heavy, which means that all morning on Friday, I just have this feeling, this kind of unsettled feeling of like knowing I have to go do something and knowing that it goes into the evening. So I kind of like struggle because I like to let myself rest, or I want to let myself rest in the mornings, but then I'm also just like sitting around at home and I'm like, oh, I could be editing a video, I could be, you know, working on something. But then it's also hard for me to focus because I know I have to go and do this important thing, because I think over time teaching will become more second nature, but right now it's still something that I'm putting a lot of effort into, which I think is good because it's really out of my comfort zone and it's learning and it's very physical. So all that to say, Fridays are kind of a lot for me. The good thing is on Fridays, I very rarely spend any money because I'm usually pretty good. Since I started teaching, I made a rule for myself that I'm not buying food at the mall because the gym is inside of a mall. I bought a coffee once, but I've always been really good about bringing everything that I need with me. And while I'm teaching, JS will usually get dinner ready, so we eat at home every Friday. And that part of the routine, like I just love it so much. Like I come home, I'm exhausted, and our tradition has been to eat spaghetti and meatballs, and it's just like sometimes we watch a movie or we watch TV. It's just perfection. So aside from groceries, Fridays are pretty much the safe zone in terms of like a no spend challenge or just spending in general, which I'm proud of because it very much could be the danger zone, because I could go out in the morning since I'm like, oh, take a break. You know, I could take myself out for, that actually sounds really nice, take myself out for brunch. Maybe I'll do that next week. Or like get in the habit of putzing around the mall. There's like an H&M in the mall. I could go shopping, you know, but I really, I park and I walk straight into the gym, and that's that. And then I walk straight out. So overall, we're 5 days into the challenge. I feel like today will be very good. And I feel like this challenge is going really great so far. I posted a poll on Instagram yesterday about whether or not the coffee that JS bought me was considered cheating. And let me just go find it. Oh, it went away because it's been 24 hours. But I think the results were like 6% said it was cheating and 94% said we're good. So if I'm not mistaken, we haven't had any so far, which is crazy if I'm not mistaken. Now, I do foresee some coming up and I'm feeling a little bit discouraged about it. Tomorrow, we'll talk about that tomorrow. But the one thing is gas. We'll see what happens on the weekend. We may go to Granby, which there is really like entering the danger zone because usually we eat out when we're there. We might go skiing, which everything for that is prepaid except for the dog. And the biggest thing that I'm kind of like annoyed about is that I ended up having to do a lot of unexpected driving this week. So I thought that my half tank of gas was gonna last me. Usually I rarely have to fill up gas because all of my driving is like within the city and it's really short, unless of course I go to Ottawa. But this week I did a bunch of extra driving, all related to the Vespa, because the guy who was selling the Vespa is like far in the suburbs, and my gas meter is now like, I'm like about a quarter away from empty. And I have that tendency of like, even before it hits the red, I'm like, no. Like I don't like my gas tank to be empty. Every time I fill up gas, I fill it all the way up. I'm not like, oh, I just put 20 bucks. Like JS is like that. He's like, let me just put as little as possible. I want to go to the gas station as infrequently as possible, so I always try and fill it up. So we will see if I make it to the end of the week. That is my whole point. We will see if we make it to the end of the week without needing gas, but it's going to be very unlikely. And I'm just feeling a little bit discouraged about that, which led me to start thinking about like, what is the point of these no spend challenges? Because it's like, you need gas. I shouldn't feel guilty about putting gas in my car. But I think it's like, I don't like cheating or breaking the challenge or like losing in a way. So that's kind of where I struggle. But at the end of the day, it's not a big deal. I feel like I should just go put the gas in today and like get it over with. But then I also want to see how far we can go. So TBD, those are my updates. I'm really hungry, so I'm gonna go make a yogurt bowl. I have a call in 45 minutes and I need to work out my playlist for tonight because I'm teaching 2 classes. One of them is a Dua Lipa theme, and the other one, I should have just made it a Dua Lipa theme, but I didn't. And then I think it's gonna be half Dua Lipa, and then the other half I'm gonna replace with other songs because work smarter, not harder, right? Okay, I'll see you guys later. And I like to reuse my tea bags, especially if it's like a small enough cup like this one where you can probably get 2 uses out of your tea bag.
Well, maybe not.
Tell them that you're coming to my bar class.
I'm going to bar. Zoe made a special class for me. It's all lower legs, lower body, I should say, and I'm hurting one leg, so
Yeah, I did not make the class for him, but it's Dua Lipa, so.
Dedicated to me.
It's dedicated to your crush.
You have Dua vibes, so.
Thank you. That's so nice.
Cheerio.
Cheers. Cheers, guys.
Can't wait to smash Guru.
Is this the original Guru?
That's the light version.
I never tried it before. It's good.
I think it's even better.
I gotta get my caffeine addiction under control.
Me too.
Not today. I'll worry about it later.
Zoe's about to fail her no spend challenge. Watch this.
Okay, I'm about to buy Jean a class because I work there. I can get a buddy class for $15 instead of him paying what, $32 probably. It's really expensive. Don't look.
Wow.
Did Sophie already book?
I don't know. You can't see?
Yeah, I can check. Cover the camera. Just close it for a sec. Okay, so... Oh!
What?
I'm not about to fail. I have them already preloaded in my account. Jean's class is $0. Oh, that's sick.
You know what's fun?
What?
Not to fail.
Not failing. So are you
Winning.
Winning. Are you gonna fail at my class today?
Do I look like someone who fails?
No.
Never!
This is the bar studio where I work and where my alter ego, my like fitness instructor alter ego comes out. So I've made all the playlists for my class, but now I've just got to practice the moves, make sure they fit with the music and that everything kind of flows together nicely and can be wrapped up in a nice 45-minute class. But yeah, I just wanted to show you guys the room and that's that. Welcome to the weekend, aka the danger zone. I started out Saturday morning by going and getting some groceries just so that we could make a nice breakfast at home. I went to the bakery and to the butcher shop and it cost $15. It ended up making such a gorgeous breakfast and I was really happy. Later that day, I went and did a Pilates class, which was outside of my usual gym. It cost me $15 and I would count this as a fail. I also went for lunch after, which cost $20, definitely a fail, and I had an event to go to afterwards. The parking was $7.50. On Sunday, we went skiing. This was, of course, prepaid, $0, so that was a really nice kind of prepaid outing. And then for whatever reason, I decided that I needed to go to the pharmacy and stock up on oral hygiene care, and this cost $24. That was not necessary to spend. Hi guys, I have to make sure there's nothing in my teeth. So I'm gonna have to ask you guys to excuse my appearance, okay? I have been at my desk all day editing this video that you guys are currently watching, and I somehow lost, hello. Wow. I lost the clip that I filmed for the outro. I remember filming it. I vividly remember filming it. So I either accidentally deleted it or I never pressed record when I thought I was filming. Right now I'm recording, so that's good. And you don't make money. Be free. So a bunch of time has gone by, almost a month to be precise. It's so funny. Maggie's ready for her end of day play session. We'll go outside right after this. So it took me a while to finally sit down and edit this video, hence why video from March going up in April. It's been almost a month since I filmed this video. I'm actually glad I lost the ending clip because I think I was kind of jaded after this no spend week. I was feeling really grumpy. But now, a month later, watching it back, having just watched back that week, I have a totally different outlook and opinion on how the week went, how well it went, all of that. All right, so let's get into the recap. What I was feeling at the end of the week was truly some frustration, and I sort of expressed it in the clips where I was chatting with you guys on Friday, where I was feeling like paranoid about needing to refill my gas tank and then wondering, you know, what's even the point of this challenge? Like, why should I feel guilty about filling up my gas? Like, it's just, you're living life, and sometimes living life costs money. I think for me, where those frustrations come from is the fact that I'm documenting this challenge, and I am a bit of a perfectionist in that I really worry that if I slip up or make a fail, that people are gonna eat me alive in the comments. Like, that, I think, is what was going through my mind. I think if you were just doing this challenge for yourself, you might not beat yourself up about things like refilling your gas, or we shouldn't. That's the thing. And I said this at the beginning of the video, and it's like, I need to learn to take my own advice, is that this is meant to be fun. And so if you slip up here and there, if you drove around more and you need to get more gas, what are you gonna do? You're just gonna sit at home? You're not gonna drive to work the next day because you said you weren't gonna spend, so you're not gonna fill up your gas tank? That being said, this challenge actually did force me to get creative, because although I knew that it wouldn't be the end of the world if I did go fill up my gas tank, I wanted to try and avoid using my car as much as possible. So I had JS drive me a little bit. I carpooled with a friend to an event, so that's why I paid for the parking. But at least it meant that I didn't have to refill my gas. So I delayed it by a couple of days, refilled it the next week, and it was kind of fun getting creative like that. Watching this video back, I'm honestly so proud of how I did. I think this was my most successful no spend week by far. Making it Monday all the way through Friday with not a single fail is honestly insane. I'm watching this back and I'm like, how did I do this? We really just cooked at home a lot. I did that big grocery shop in the beginning, did some meal planning. JS took care of the groceries the rest of the week, and we really just used up what was in the fridge. It was honestly so good. So for that, I'm really, really proud. The Monday to Friday, like no notes. It was perfect. And I had fun. I got creative. I went to the library. I still was getting out and about and doing things. The weekend is once again where things got tricky. So you guys saw I went to a Pilates class that was $15, and then I went out for lunch after. I don't regret it. I don't regret it. I do feel silly about it though, because basically what happened was I made those plans Wednesday night. I was just DMing my friend Sasha, and I was like, yeah, I'll come to your Pilates class. Yeah. She's like, you want to grab lunch after? I'm like, yeah. Like, I wasn't thinking. I was just excited to hang out with my friend. And I wasn't thinking like, Zoe, you're doing a no spend. Like, why don't you make these plans the following weekend? I was just excited. Plus we were going to this event together afterwards anyways. So it all just kind of flowed together. So I made the plans forgetting about the no spend. And then I said to myself, I can either cancel these plans or I can just say F it and move on with my life. So yes, technically that's cheating, that's failing, whatever. But for me, the purpose of taking care of my finances is so that I can live a peaceful and fun and fulfilling life. And if on my journey to building up my finances, I'm being so restrictive and I'm cutting myself off, you know, at every kind of corner, then what's the point? If the journey to the destination isn't being fun a little bit along the way, then what's the point? So I don't regret it. I think the tricky thing with a no spend is finding ways to balance your no spend challenge while also not locking yourself inside your house. I have some friends where I really feel comfortable being like, yeah, I'm doing a no spend this week. Like, do you want to go for a walk? Do you want to, come over for dinner? And this friend that I met up with, it's kind of a newer friendship. And so I didn't really feel comfortable backtracking. And anyway, I'm rambling. The last fail was Sunday night when I just decided I needed to go buy toothpaste and mouthwash. I didn't need it. Like, I don't have mouthwash, and I just decided I needed mouthwash, but I didn't need it. I could have waited until Monday. But we were passing by the pharmacy and I was just like, pull over, I'm going in, and I did. The fact that my only real fails were over the weekend, I think is pretty common. I feel like for many of us, it might be the weekend where we do go out a little bit more and spend a little bit more money. When the weekend wrapped and I was feeling a little bit like resentful of this challenge, I was thinking that maybe I should just keep the no spends Monday to Friday, because that in itself is already a challenge, and then kind of let myself spend on the weekend, or maybe give myself a weekend budget. I was also thinking that for future videos like this, instead of maybe doing a no spend challenge, or I should say on top of doing no spend challenges, I think it would be fun to just film what I spend in a week. So the same style of vlog, weekly vlog, taking you guys through every single day, but not restricting myself and just letting you guys know what I spend. And that doesn't mean like no budget, like go crazy, spend all this money, but just what I would normally spend, take you guys through my thought process So let me know if that would be interesting to you, like a what I spend in a week vlog style. But I guess we should wrap up this video with some of those concrete numbers, right? So drum roll. My total spending for this no spend challenge was $196.39. Of that total, 129 was deemed okay, green light, cha-ching, and 66.62 was fail. That is pretty good. I have to say that is pretty low, pretty good. So I'm really, really happy with these numbers. And I do think overall this no spend week was a success. I feel really proud of myself. The last number that I want to share with you guys is a comparison to the previous week. So like I said, this was in March. This was like the second to last week of March. And in the previous week in March, I had spent $423. So I cut my spending by more than half by doing this challenge, which is pretty cool. All right, you guys, with that, I will wrap up this video. It was so long and juicy. I hope you enjoyed. When I posted on Instagram saying that this video might be an hour long, people were like, yes, an hour, give us an hour. So hope we've probably made it close to an hour. I will stop talking now. I love you guys so much and I will see you in my next video. Bye.